And
Oh,
we're live.
we're live. I haven't seen y'all in over a week. Well, I seen Kat. Well, I see y'all every day on social media. But hey, y'all. Hey. I ain't
Hey.
seen my Instagram followers either. Hey, y'all. Hey. Say hi, Jess.
Hi.
Peace, y'all. Peace, peace, peace. So last week I didn't come on to live because I was so busy. I was so busy and I was doing so much getting ready for our Indianapolis trip and ended up getting rained out in Indianapolis. It was crazy. We made
Really?
so much juice. We made so much juice. Oh, and we wasted, oh, hold on. We wasted so much juice. It was just, but it was, it was a learning experience. But y'all was talking about being in a business as a couple. So being in business as a couple, I guess, you know what? Aisha Water in the building, absolutely. My Instagram is popping. My Instagram always popping.
My
How,
Instagram is
which,
popping.
which one is better for y'all, Instagram or Facebook? I think Facebook better for y'all, right?
For what?
For y'all business.
I feel we were having a conversation about that, and I was thinking, I'm like, I wonder what happened when we tried the Instagram. We never even tried going live with you on our Instagram, having a
Oh, okay.
conversation too.
Um, I kind of, you know what, you guys, I kind of been in a different space lately. Can y'all tell?
Yes.
Let's see. Let me
Can
look
y'all
at you.
tell? Can my Instagram followers tell that I've been in a different space lately?
Let's hear about
Can
this
can you
space.
tell? Can you tell, Dale?
Ha! Hashtag. Can Dale tell?
Can Dale tell? I've
I want to
been.
hear about it. I want to hear about this space.
You want to hear about this space?
Yeah, I want to hear about this new space that you're in.
This new space that I'm in, Dale, is requiring me to go at a little slower pace and to be more present in the space that I do have.
Mm.
And I tend to get really, really high and get really, really excited about certain things. And I'll go 100 miles an hour in a 50. Sometimes it really feels good to kind of like go fast in a a zone that says it's supposed to be 50, and I go a little bit faster and you kind of like speed, and it's exciting. It's like, oh, I got away with it. No cops hit me, or you accidentally run a red light and you be like, but I got away with it. It feels so good. So you know what I mean? So I get into these spaces where my energy is really, really high. And I know I get into that space and I think that it lasts forever. I get caught in that space and I think that high gonna last forever. And then it comes down, and I was in this space of up and down, which we do. That's just the way the market is. That's the way the economy is, and we're all, it's up and down. But I tended to think that it was supposed to stay that way, and I made myself get into this space of anxiety because it's not in that space. So I looked at myself and I had to take a step back and look at everything that I was doing, because I have my business, I have my personal development, and then I was into started to get into trading and learning that new skill, and I was going 100 miles an hour in a 50 lane, and it felt good in the beginning. But when I got pulled over, when my body was telling me, basically when I got pulled over, meaning my body was telling me to slow down, because I was feeling aches in areas that I normally don't ache. My appetite was larger, so I was eating more, because
Mm.
I was in that space of more, go get more. So there was days that I would eat more, and there would be days that I don't eat nothing at all. It was just scattered all over the place, and I was like, hold up. And I started to, I took a stop. I was like, no, I gotta slow down. So I told my business partners to stop posting on my business page and just stop for a moment so I can take a look back and look at what I'm doing and seeing what areas that I really want to focus my energy on. I don't like doing a whole lot. I appreciate the simplicity now, and the simplicity of not having so much to do, and to have a lot more time to just be. And me and Kai kind of sort of spoke about that. So I'm in a space of really allowing and being present with myself and making sure that I'm enjoying this ride right here in this present moment. So I'm not looking to do anything. I'm just looking to just, I'm not even looking to just be. I'm just being, just being present with myself every single day and taking time with myself, you know. So that's kind of like the space that I'm in, and I'm doing some deeper inner work, some child work. I had a soul session with Kai, and we kind of dug deep into some childhood trauma that I did not realize that I was having, and that exposed some areas where some new boundaries need to be set for myself. And so I'm just learning that and writing it out every single day. I wrote myself a letter. I wrote my my child self a letter. So just doing little work like that. I'm going on a spiritual journey next week to Sedona, Arizona. Yeah, so I'm going to sit with a shaman in the vortexes next week, and yeah, so this is where I'm at right now. Yeah.
Mom? Mom?
Yeah. So I'm in this space of loving myself a little bit more than
Mm.
I already did. I mean, of course, I love myself, but I had to reevaluate what that love meant and how I want to be loved instead of how everybody else is loving themselves, and I'm thinking that's the way I'm supposed to do it. So taking some time off social media too, and you know just focusing on me, focusing on me, focusing on loving me in a different way, Like I knew what self-love was before, but when I healed, well, when I started to tap into that little girl that was in me, and how emotionally unstable she really was, I was just sort of like, now I want to take time with her. I want to take time with her, and that requires me to leave everybody alone because I was giving everybody else what she needed. And so, yeah, that's where I'm at. Yeah, I had some disappointment too. Some people let me down as well. Yeah, as well. I let myself down. I know it's kind of the same thing, but that's kind of where I'm at. You know, um, I've been led to keep my hair covered, my head covered. I don't, I'm in this space of like create. I guess like my unconscious self created this sort of boundary not to expose everything because I'm so transparent. Ever since I got on social media, I've been super transparent with my journey, and some parts of my journey is sacred that everybody don't need to know about. So this representation of me keeping my head covered is just a representation of not exposing so much all the time. Am I going to show my hair? I don't know, but I think it's just a representation of where I'm at right now. I don't know what the future holds, but right now, I don't want everybody to see me, you know, all of me. It's not for everybody, it's for me. So, yeah,
I think that's a great representation of your healing process.
yeah.
A wound gets a scab for a reason.
A wound gets a scab for a reason. Yes, ma'am. How you always have the like this beautiful way of saying certain things that just resonates so deeply with me. Like, yes. Yes,
So you're healing your wounds.
I'm
That's
healing some
beautiful.
wounds. Yeah, yeah, and you know, I know a lot of people think that I have a very big high self-esteem just because I can show my body. I've done bodybuilding competitions. I can be half naked in front of people. You know what I mean? Like, like I've exposed so much and I've been so transparent to everybody. Um, and I may say, I feel beautiful, but I don't know if I truly felt that. And I have been dealing with some self-esteem issues for quite some time. So the beauty that other people see, I don't normally see. The power that other people see, I don't normally see. It takes a minute for me to see that. It takes a minute for me to like, when people say it, I still don't feel like they feel. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, your energy is so powerful. I feel great, but I don't necessarily take on that as much as people say that about me, so, and because somebody else sees it and I don't, there's something going on. There's a block there, and I want to see that and embody that beauty and that love and that energy, that aura that everybody else sees. Like Dale said, when he first met me, I felt like a superstar to him. You know what I mean? I don't feel that way. I don't feel like a superstar. There are times that I do, you know what I mean? But just waking up every day like I'm a superstar. Like I don't necessarily embody that. I feel like I'm just like everybody else, but I'm still am dealing with some self-esteem issues about my body, about, where I'm at 40 years old. You know what I mean? Like I still, like I'm still coming to the terms with a lot of who I am and the power that I hold and understanding how to use it properly. I still fuck up, and that's okay. And that's okay. And that's okay, because I know all y'all fuck up too.
All of us.
Shit.
Well,
Let's be up. Like, no, y'all fuck up too.
yeah. The ones who fuck up the most are the ones who judge others for their fuck ups.
Right, exactly.
Bars.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Harshly. Harshly. And and I have been reframing a lot from that, and judging other people and judging what they do and what, I mean, I have been I've been catching myself recently a lot, judging other people, because who are we to judge anyone, you know and it takes great courage for somebody to share anything that they're going through. So, I honor everybody that shares who they are and what they do. Because just because it's right to somebody else, it don't mean it's right to us. I don't know. Like I just be going like, but I have been really good with giving people the, seeing people just as myself, as we all like on this journey together. Like I would just be seeing people as myself, because I've made some crazy decisions before. Um, still do, like still do be just whooping my ass. And me and Kat talked about that. Like, just because you've done something that you wasn't supposed, you've sabotaged yourself, that doesn't mean you have to go in and whoop her ass just because she sabotaged. Because that's my first thing: whoop her ass for sabotaging. And it's like, I had to take a step back. Am I a violent person? I'm not a violent person, although I have violence in me. I have rage in me, but that doesn't mean that I have to use it on that girl that within me that messed up. I can come from a different, in a more compassionate space. Like, what would I tell my child if my child knocked over the milk? Get a belt. I'm about to whoop your ass. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Like, I would have a little bit more compassion for my baby. So I'm gonna have a little bit more compassion for myself when I fuck up. I am. You know.
Hmm.
So, um, yeah, it's kind of like the space I'm in right now. Just really being honest and watching myself.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that. And
You're welcome.
that that judgment we have for ourselves for things that we do is the worst judgment that we can experience in our lives. It could be the illusion that these other people who may judge us or might not be judging us is the most intense judgment. And a lot of times we move in our lives for the fear of that judgment from others happening. But what can happen is we don't get present to that inner judgment that we have, the inner critic, and like you said, potentially punishing yourself for doing something wrong as well. And I wanted to just allow all of us and whoever's listening, let's get into a space together. And this space that I invite you guys, and feel free if you don't want to go as well, you can stay in the space you are now, it's perfectly fine. But what if there's a reality in which there's no wrong, there's no right, it just isness, and
I love that space.
and there's experience, meaning we all are having our life experiences. This is why we're here in this physical world, this physical plane, to learn the lessons that we're meant to learn, co-create the lessons with others for helping them to learn, even ourselves to learn as well. But even a deeper essence of that is this divine force of nature called the universe, and God is experiencing itself through each and every one of us uniquely. So with that, there's nothing that we can do that can be considered horrible and wrong on all different levels out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's this loving energy that created us unconditionally loves us no matter what is going on, and it's always here with us to experience these beautiful, beautiful lessons and information for us. And the more we actually allow ourselves to connect with that and remember that, the more we can be able to release these things like these judgments and these these battles that we have with ourselves and feeling like we did something wrong as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's all just an experience. We're just experiencing. We are infinite divine beings who are remembering that we're infinite divine beings that we were before we got here, and the game that we play is to forget that. And in the process of forgetting, as we go through our trials and things that we go through in life, and little bit of aha moments in which we get to see that blink of light of who we really are. And then when we see who we really are, it goes deeper within us, deeper within our soul. But then things come up against that to allow us to remember once again who we really are.
Indeed.
And just have these experiences and go deeper and deeper and deeper into this infinite experience. And it's like we all are babies
We are all babies.
learning how to walk over and over again.
Over and over again.
And we stumble. We stumble as we learn how to walk. But even in the process of that, we have that divine, infinite parent that always tells us, it's okay. Get up. You got this. I'm here with you.
And
I
that
love
divineness is within us.
Exactly.
And that's right. It's not like it's yes. How Dale, you bring that up, it's within us. How does one get to know that oneness? How does one, because I feel like that is true spirituality, building that relationship with self, knowing that you are just the divine. You are the divine. You are the light. You are that. So how does one get to that space of knowing that? How would you sort of guide someone into knowing that, Dale?
Yeah. And that's that term embodiment. And this is a perfect term. And this is just my belief about embodiment. And there's people can believe what they want to believe. And the way that I believe embodiment now is different than the way I was believing before. I used to think embodiment was something that I would chase, something I had to achieve, a destination I needed to get to for embodiment. And what I came to realize is these things that we seek, and like you just mentioned, it's all within us.
Mm-hmm.
And these things within us, the love, the beauty, like all these different things, we already have those within us. And it gets cultivated like a plant. It's infinite. It continues to grow. And for me, I feel like the first step is acknowledging what's already here. And we have the choice of how much we want to cultivate it. And in the process of cultivating, life gives us experiences to be able to embody it even deeper. So that beauty that you mentioned is already there. Like you say, I felt beauty, and then I don't feel beauty. If you felt beauty before, that means beauty's already there,
Correct.
and you get to cultivate it more because these experiences for you to have that illusion that you don't have that beauty thoughts about yourself or beliefs is just an illusion. It's already there. It just gives you an opportunity to get deeper into it. And the deeper you get into wherever you need to get deeper into, those stuff come up to release the illusion and get deeper into this infinite connection. So
How do you get so deep when there's, I'm seeing that there's a lot of stuff to do. We're busy in life. There's busyness of life. People have jobs, people have children, people have relationships and family, and people are dealing with COVID, people are dealing with this whole pandemic. People are, it's just
yeah,
so much. I ain't got time to go within. I need to figure out what's, you know, so like
who says that?
I need to focus on my bills and my
Hmm.
my family. I got to focus on my kids, and
Hmm.
so when you say, we got to focus on within and learning that, I ain't got time for that.
Who says that?
A lot of people, because I just feel like a lot of my personal customers and my personal clients, they they tend to have so much going on, and I have compassion for them because I don't have children. I don't
Hmm.
have a lot of responsibility that most people would have, but I also have, a business. I have
Yeah.
employees. I also have family, and being able to manage all of that and still manage to keep that deep relationship with God. Let's just say Godhead.
Hmm.
And so I feel like I've learned to cultivate building that relationship around everything in my life, my family, my business, my employees, my personal life. Um, but how would one, if they're, they eat low vibrational foods, their family eating low vibrational foods, and how can we as a collective, like, get to those people that don't know themselves, that don't know who they are, and don't know the power that's embedded within them?
Mm, that's a great question. And
Because it's a
it brings,
lot going on.
yeah.
And it's so easy for me to get sucked into. I mean, it's so
Oh, yeah.
easy for me to just, I be on social media just and cracking up. I like looking at funny stuff. Like I would
Me too.
die laughing at just, I mean, just internet never fails me. Like if I want to go to see some comedy, I'm gonna go to the internet.
The
Like it's
name.
so funny. Like but there's also people that are looking at the internet and looking at social media and being, manipulated and being drawn into this space of needing more and need to, accomplish more in order to feel validated. I had that. Like I had that, if I'm not accomplishing or achieving something, I ain't doing shit in life. It's like, where did I get that from? I know part of it has to do with social media, part of it some self-esteem issues, part of it, but I know some of it has to do with social media because when I be seeing other people winning, I start to judge myself like, wait a minute, I need to do something else. And I told Kai the other day, I said, Kai, if I tell you to create me anything, you tell me no. Like if I tell her to create me an event, say no, because I'm not in the space to do it, so it's so easy to get. I mean, it's a fried chicken joint on every corner, honey. Popeye French fries is everything. Like, how can we stay mindful? How can we stay mindful when we are like, it's easy for me to drift back in it because I know that there's a space of peace within me. So I know, like, ugh. But people that don't know that there's a peace within them throughout the chaos of life, how can we, you know, for me, of course, how can we, I would say in my past, how can we throw a brick across their head? No, we're not going to do that. How can we give them love and show them love and let them know that there is a space within them that is of love and of peace and of enlightenment.
Yeah. And the answer I got from that is be the space that you wish.
Be that. Be the
Be
light.
that. Be the example. Be the light. And obviously for us shining a light,
For us or them.
combination, that's infinite. For us
Mhm.
and for them, but also being okay if them don't get it.
If they
If
don't get it.
them might also be triggered by that. Them might judge you. Them might not be accepting of you shining your light, but you're shining your light for yourself and for the collective. And shining your light, those who are ready to see that light will show up. But even those who are not ready, they may come up to you in the future and say, hey, there's something different about you.
Yeah.
What's going on? But even for you, the perfect example is your detox cafe. How you say how some people just show up with all the stuff they're going through. So you're already being that light. And I'm pretty sure somebody said to you during this time, hey, I was going through something and you did this one thing for me and it made me feel so important in the moment. That's you being the light that you are and shining it. So my question to you, Rashidat, is what if you're
Wait,
already
I'm
doing
getting
it?
emotional.
Okay. There we go. It's okay.
I feel so deeply for everybody.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing that that's why I'm here.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
It's I'm sorry, y'all.
Oh, no, 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 no. Never apologize for you authentically showing yourself because you're giving permission for us and whoever's listening to this to also do this because we all are going through this stuff that we're going through collectively. We're all just handling it in different ways that we're handling it. And for you doing what you're doing right now, this is another version of beauty right here. The beauty of you expressing yourself authentically in the moment. That's beautiful.
Um, there are people. We are. Mm, I'm gonna continue finding that space of keep coming back to that space of the divine that is within me and outside of me and through everybody. But I just feel so deeply right now for everybody, and I'm not sure if these are tears for me or to the collective, but um, I just want to tell everybody to find their way back home and do it fast. Just find your way back home, whether that's through going back to church or getting on your knees and meditating, or sitting down and meditate, whatever it is that you got to do. Just find your way back home because um, we here now together, and we not promised the next minute, the next second. And just find your way back home. Apologize to who you need to apologize, and forgive who you need to forgive, and and it's really ourselves. Forgive yourself and apologize to yourself and do better. Do better. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you. Thank you. We're in this together. This is why we all are here in this present moment. Our souls made the agreement to be here in this moment, to be here together collectively. And it's holding that energy and vibration that we're in this together means we're going to get through this together as well.
Mm-hmm.
And this is all just a process collectively of us going through what we have to go through to get into that togetherness or embody more of that togetherness on this earth plane as well. Our souls are already there, but now on this earth plane, we're doing the same. And you made a very valid point of people connecting with that space in whatever way it may be. Church, go religion, any type of religion, meditation, all these different things, just collectively, whatever it takes for you to connect to that infinite energy, because the infinite means everything and everyone as well. Maybe it means just having a conversation with somebody heart to heart and just connecting with them. That is an opportunity to connect with that space.
Mm-hmm.
Just being present with a pet or whatever it may be, that's also connecting to that. Drinking water,
So important.
drinking the juices, coming to the detox cafe, getting detox, cleaning yourself out emotionally, physically, allows you to connect into that space as well.
Indeed. Indeed.
It's already, yep, it's all happening. This is all these infinite paths to home. Some of them are painful than the other ones, but we're all are already on that path as well. And those who are shining the light right now is just helping people to have that flashlight in those darkest parts of their journey right now.
Mm-hmm. You know, Dell, and Kai, I feel like I'm just talking to Dell because Kai just got in her little light over there. Kai and I had talked in some of my session. I don't say everything, but that game that I was playing with myself ever since I was exposed to that oneness of everything, that one moment of liberation and that knowing. And I had been playing a game with myself ever since then. It's just this game. I would feel as I feel now. I feel deeply, and I know that I'm being called to stop playing games with myself because the games was fun. But I know the work that needs to be done now, and that relationship with myself is healing tremendously. That game of hide and seek that I played with myself for so long. I know it's time to really do the work, really be that leader that I came here to be, and be that person for myself. It really starts with myself. I can only lead from a space of authenticity when I'm leading myself properly, and I know now, that I'm here in that space yet again, yet again, and now I'm able to honor it deeper because I'm tired of playing that game. I'm tired of abusing myself. I'm tired of the lies and the judgments that I tell myself. So I'm here again, um, in a space of renunciation, so to speak. So I hope my beautiful followers continue to uplift me. I only pray, and even if you don't, it's okay. But that space of renunciation is beautiful. It's beautiful, and it takes a lot of courage. So that's where I'm at.
Can I ask just one question? Do you feel that it is renunciation or maybe a little acceptance up in there?
I would say a little bit of both, because there's some things that I was holding on to, that I know that cannot come along with me in my journey ahead. So I must renounce a few things that a few mindsets that I picked up through social conditioning, through basically social conditioning, that I know that I need to renounce or detox, so to speak. So yeah.
So just a question: if you had a bag of marbles and you said, "All right, some of these marbles don't belong in here, and
Mhm.
I'm gonna discard them," would the bag get bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
Right. So let's say that you had those same marbles that you wanted to get rid of, that you knew that didn't really belong in there, right? But instead you said, all right, I get that these marbles, I don't really want them in here. And I'm going to put them in the bag and I'm going to just embrace those marbles.
Just
Then
embrace
what?
the ones that don't belong in the bag.
Uh-huh.
And I have a choice to take them out of the bag.
Uh-huh.
So instead of getting rid of them, just embracing it.
Well, this is a question that has two answers. Well, it's a question that has many answers, infinite answers, but we're going to talk about two, right? And I'm going to keep it brief. Is that there's two ways to look at your bag of marbles. You can look at it as you having boundaries, because this bag of marbles is you. You can look at it as you having boundaries, and you need to renounce those marbles and take them out of the bag. Or we can look at it as self-acceptance and self-love and embrace the marbles. Now, both of those answers are right. It just depends on how you're looking at the bag.
Yeah. So I appreciate that, because we tend to want to get rid of things, you're saying, instead of getting rid of them, sort of honor that they're there, not necessarily just putting so much attention to the marbles that don't belong, just paying more attention to the marbles that do.
It's not the marbles, it's your perspective.
Can I add to this as well?
Yeah.
To bring it home even more. So just imagine that a kid has this belief that, let's say, some type of animal, I'm trying to start out, a bird. A bird is a mean and bad animal, and they're afraid of it.
Mhm.
So this kid has their perception and belief that, okay, all birds are bad, birds are evil, that type of thing. And the kid comes up to you and says that to you. This is what I think about the birds. This is what it is. How would you respond to that kid's belief currently about the birds? Would you say like it's wrong, it's not right? No, 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 no. This is how you're supposed to believe? Or how would you handle that?
Not all birds are bad.
And how would you express that to the kid? About
Just like that.
So, so perfect example. So with the judgments that come up, or those beliefs that come up from an experience that you may have had in your experience through life, and you have this certain belief, and those beliefs come up, there's a part of you from that experience that has that belief. So the way that you say you would talk to the kid that comes up with their belief from their experience, why not try that with yourself as well when those beliefs comes up and see what happens?
Definitely understand it. Definitely.
It's a good example.
Yeah.
Very good example. Counting her marbles.
Somehow hers has a unicorn in it and glitter.
But yeah, great conversation.
Yeah.
I love you guys. We gotta run. But I appreciate your love and I appreciate your support. If you guys don't know Kai and Dell, they have Our Daily Magic, and they are, I think, pinned onto here. I'm not sure, but you guys go follow them and accept them into your life as I did. If you guys are in Dalton, make sure you come and accept me in your life as well. I'm here to help and serve our community to lead you back home. So, guys, and peace to you. Okay.
And now we get to properly bid farewell to Facebook. This was really great. And also, I appreciate you bringing your authentic and vulnerable self, because there's lots to learn from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Sweet. Oh, it's time for the phrase. Who's going to do it?
The what?
Who's going to say the magic words? Me.
Stay magical.
Oh!